What is good, Commander fans? It's your boy Alonzo back with another video. We're here to talk about tomorrow's game against Green Bay at FedEx Stadium. If you saw my previous video, please give a like and comment and subscribe. I talked about the Carson Wentz injury, and also for this game tomorrow, we have Taylor Heinicke starting. I'm really excited about that. People are saying that this might be a spark that offense needed, something different, and a lot of people have been advocating for Taylor Heinicke to start. People didn't like Wentz. We'll see. I have a lot of thoughts with that, but for this video, I just want to talk about the injury report, my keys to victories, and my prediction for tomorrow's game. So without further ado, let's get started with the injury report. As mentioned previously, Carson Wentz is out with a finger injury. He's going to be out for 6 to 7 weeks. Taylor Heinicke is going to start. Maybe Sam Howell if Taylor Heinicke stinks it up, but right now, Taylor's the guy. He's front and center, but again, Carson Wentz is out. That's the main injury. No brainer. Other injuries will include De'Ami Brown. He's out. Will Jackson III is out, but you already know we're trying to trade this brother anyway. We're probably gonna get like a 6 or 7. I don't see us getting a third or higher for Will Jackson III. I think it's mutual that he's gone. Honestly, it's not even a difference whether he's on the field or not. It wasn't a good fit. He's a man corner. We're trying to make him play zone. But Will Jackson's not playing again tomorrow. We're still looking for a trade. Also, Logan Thomas is out. Not a big deal either because we got Cole Turner. I really like what I'm seeing from the young guy. We're getting him more involved. So Cole Turner is going to step up for Logan Thomas while he's out. We also got Jonathan Williams. Well, we got Brian Robinson back, so that's not going to be a real hit. And we also got J.D. McKissick and Antonio Gibson. And I think another one is Jahan Dotson might be a game time decision. Most likely they are going to rest Jahan Dotson. I don't see them rushing in Jahan Dotson to just go in and start playing. So, really, I don't see any big injuries that are putting us back from full potential. Sam Cosmi is questionable. John Bates, again, O-line is getting close to being healthy. Jahan is somebody I would like to see, but I don't really want to rush him back. I heard that he tweaked his hamstring at practice, so that's why I might push him back, because he was really supposed to come back this week, but he tweaked it in practice. De'Ami's out. That's kind of a big, but we still got what's his name? Cam Sims stepping up, so we'll see what we got from these guys. So these injuries, nothing real big. I think the biggest thing is just Carson Wentz and seeing how Taylor's gonna do. On Green Bay's side, I think the big injury is the receivers. They're kind of slacking on receivers. Randall Cobb is out, and Christian Watson, the rookie, is out. So that means they just have Romeo and Lazard, and I'm gonna get into that in my keys. But that's it for the injuries. Nothing big. I mean, I think Green Bay is down bad, bigger than us. We might have more players out, but I believe the depth and the pieces we have, these guys are really going to step up. And we're really not going to notice that these guys are gone, in my opinion. So, I want to talk about the offense and my keys to victories. So, I think the main thing and the no-brainer is Green Bay. They've been struggling lately. They're 3-3. They lost to the Jets, Giants, and Vikings, and I believe we're better than the Jets. Giants, okay, I can see that. And the Vikings are actually pretty good this year, if you ask me personally. But all these teams had one thing in common. This is my key to victory, is they all ran the ball successfully. You know, Green Bay is ranked 25th against the run. They're having their second worst in franchise history against the run. They're giving up about 5 yards per carry. I believe our trio running backs with J.D., Antonio Gibson, and Brian Robinson, I believe he's starting tomorrow. I believe these guys can probably get at least 4 yards per carry, and that's a first down every 2 plays if we can just like get it going like that. So my biggest key against Green Bay is running the ball, establishing the run. I just believe these guys should have a good game. They should get 4 to 5 yards per carry. We have depth, even with that running back I mentioned earlier being out. It's not a big. We have our big 3 guys in, and they're going to be playing. I believe we should be able to run the ball successfully. They haven't figured it out yet. What's exposed that? You know, that's their biggest weakness on defense is the run. Another key to victory will probably be Taylor Heinicke. He has to use his legs. Show us why you're different from Carson Wentz. We know what people say about you, how apparently your arm strength isn't really that strong, at least what we saw in previous seasons. I have seen reports that he's been working on his arm strength and he's been conditioning, trying to get it stronger. We will see tomorrow. But overall, I want him to use his legs. That's what makes him special. That's what made him a playmaker. He was able to scramble. Also want to see Scott Turner call some read options. He did that with Wentz. He did it with a 30-year-old quarterback who could barely run. That was a good idea. But use these read options with Taylor Heineke. I think it's the best play calling for him is when he might do a little fake handoff or maybe just a QB draw. But I want to see Taylor Heineke move. I think he's best when he's like an improviser and he's just running around. So, and also the edge with Taylor Heineke, he's been with us for like 2 or 3 seasons now. He knows the playbook and the offense better than Carson Wentz, so he should be more comfortable. I saw an interview with Terry McLaurin, how he was basically backing up and saying like Taylor Heineke is going to leave it all on the field. And I know Terry McLaurin might like Taylor Heineke more than Wentz because honestly, Taylor Heineke will give Wentz the ball. Taylor Heineke does like throwing to Terry McLaurin, so that's my main thing. My only knack is I do want to run more, but I do not want to see hero ball. My only thing I don't like about him, again, building off of that point, is I feel like Taylor Heineke just be doing too much, man. Like he just be scrambling around, running, and sometimes he might just make a ridiculous. He'll have a good drive and he just does something that just throw a pick or just do some ridiculous play when you're like, dude, what are you doing? So that's my main thing. No hero ball, but use your legs. Call some read options and just scramble if you need to, but just use your legs. They're already bad against the run. They don't do well against mobile quarterbacks. This is your chance, Taylor. Please, legend Taylor Heineke. We need to see it. And my last key to victory, and I think this will be an interesting matchup, is Terry McLaurin has to beat Alexander. Alexander is their starting corner. He's one of the best corners in the game. He's very fast. He could definitely keep up with Terry on a speed-wise, but I think Terry, his cut and route running is just too smooth. But Terry, you just got paid, man. You got to prove to everybody that you're an all-pro receiver, and you just got to go out there and beat your matchup, man. This is what you get paid the big bucks for. Jaheir Alexander's probably gonna check Terry all game, and you just got to show him what's up or who's boss, man. This is your matchup, and honestly, I see Terry. I don't see a lot of. I think Terry's he's my personal top 3, if not definitely a top 5. Personally, he's a top 3 receiver to me. I see him beating his matchup. I believe he will, but this will be a challenge. This corner, he got some speed on him, and he was just boasting last week against the Jets how he dominated his matchup. So he's planning on doing the same thing in our own stadium. But those are my main keys to victories offensively that I have in my notes. Going on to defense. We got pressure Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has been real frustrated lately. He's been sacked 4 times against the Jets, and I believe we can probably get just as much, if not more. Right now, the Commanders are ranked 4th in the NFL in sacks. We got Payne, Sweat, and Allen. They're all averaging 3+ sacks. But no, they have 3+ sacks so far this season. Abuda, I'm butchering his name. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Abuda and James Smith-Williams, they're really good filling in for Chase Young. I think Abuda needs to start over James Smith-Williams. In my opinion, he's been more productive. But those 2 guys, I see them just doing their thing. But Payne, Sweat, Allen, these Alabama boys, these guys are just putting in work in the trenches. I see them pressuring Aaron Rodgers and containing him as well. I think this Alabama defensive line has been coming together. It's been beautiful, and I love to see it. But again, we're ranked 4th against sacks. He's been sacked 4 times against the Jets, and I think that was the reason why they put up 27 points against him and reduced. So that's my main thing. I think the Jets just need to. I think the Commanders need to do what the Jets did and just pressure Aaron Rodgers and make sure he feels the presence of those Alabama boys. That's the main thing when it comes to pressuring him, and I believe our defensive line can achieve that. Also, with those 2 injuries I mentioned in the beginning of the video with Randall Cobb and Watson out, it's just Romeo and Lazard. These 2 guys are mainly his only targets that Aaron can go to. I believe that Kendall Fuller, Wild Goose, and Cam Curl, they got to do better, and they could probably just put a cap. I don't see them stopping them. I thought we can do well against the receivers when we played against Tennessee last week. But not Tennessee 2 weeks ago, because it was just Westbrook and some other no-name, and they had a big game against us. So I don't really have confidence in stopping these guys with our corners, but I do believe that they could probably just put a cap on it. Or I believe in that Chicago game in overtime, the Wild Goose. Kendall, I believe they did a better job, especially in that red zone and everything like that. But we need another game like that because Aaron Aaron Jones, he's not really doing that good. So I believe that it's going to be a game where they're going to try to just pass the ball on us, and our secondary have to be ready. And I believe the defensive line is going to get pressure, so he's not going to have a lot of time to throw. But they just have to hold it together, man. They just have to hold it down. Those are my main two keys for defense. Normally, I would say coaching, but I have more faith in Jack Del Rio's coaching than I do in Scott Turner. At least what I've been seeing the last few weeks. So, normally coaching has been a call out that I've been making for keys to victories like every week now. And honestly, this week is no different. I believe Ron just has to be smart when it comes to like these challenges and replays and stuff like that. And I think he is gonna be smarter, but he just has to be real conscious of like knowing when and when not to challenge. I believe that really cost us against the Tennessee game, and also the play calling got to be on point. I think the only competent coach, and this is a low bar, but the only competent coach we got right now is Jack Del Rio. At least the past 2 weeks, Jack Del Rio, he's been doing a lot of stuff off the field, but on field he's been getting together. But Scott Turner and Ron and them, they got to step it up offensively, and those are my main keys just to the victory. And for my prediction, I got us winning. I got us winning against Green Bay 24-14. I believe we're going to score. I believe we're going to be able to just run the ball very well against them. I believe Taylor Heineke is going to have that spark, that reset. I believe the fans are really going to cheer for this guy, and it's going to be a good home game against them tomorrow. The legend Taylor Heineke is going to start and continue tomorrow. And I believe that we're going to get a victory, and this is going to be us starting our little win streak, that would normally happen like towards the middle of the season. So it should be right now. Another thing, too, with Taylor Heineke, I don't see Carson Wentz coming back. Even 6 weeks from now, and he's good to go. Regardless what happens, I don't see Carson Wentz coming back this season, because what's going to happen is either we're going to be really good, and it's going to be kind of like the situation with the Cowboys, where our backup is on a roll, and he has a hot hand. We don't want to mess up the momentum by giving to Carson Wentz, or things are really going to hit the fan, and it's like the season's over. How about we save that second-round pick by not having Wentz play all those snaps? So either way, I don't see Wentz coming back. I see Sam Howell playing more likely to Wentz at this point. I do, depending on what happens with the quarterback situation. But right now, if you ask me, I do want to see Wentz come back next season. I do not want us to draft a quarterback or tank just for a quarterback next season. But I do see Wentz coming back. I think we owe him that, and I think he's been solid. It's just the O-line that a lot of us fans have not accounted for. But that's just my little take. I just want to throw that in at the end of the video, that I do not see Wentz coming back the rest of this season, but I would like him coming back next season, unless Sam Howell just plays. I don't think Sam Howell's going to do anything if he is, it might be garbage time. But I do want to see Wentz come back next season. But as always, hail to Commander fans. It's your boy Alonzo. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.